Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Have you spent 10 minutes hunting for glasses that were perched on top of your head? Or perhaps you've bumped into an old acquaintance and their name just vanished into thin air. If you nodded yes to any of those, I want you to take a deep breath. Welcome to the club. We call them senior moments, and they can be incredibly frustrating, sometimes even frightening. It's natural to worry. Is this normal aging? Or is this the start of something else? Hello everyone, and welcome to our deep dive today on brain health. Here is the reality check. Our brains change as we age. Just like our knees might get a little stiffer or our eyesight a little dimmer, our cognitive processing speed slows down a bit. That is normal, but here is the incredible news. The news that science has only really embraced in the last few decades. Your brain is not fixed. It is not done growing. You are not destined to a steady decline. Today, over the next 30 minutes, we are going to move way past the generic advice of, do a crossword puzzle. We are going to build a comprehensive, actionable gymnasium for your mind. We're going to look at specific exercises, lifestyle shifts, and surprising habits that research shows can sharpen your memory, improve your focus, and protect your brain health for years to come. Grab a notebook and a cup of tea. Let's get to work. The science of hope, neuroplasticity. Before we get to the exercises, you need to understand why they work. If you don't believe it will work, you won't stick with it. For a long time, scientists thought that once you hit adulthood, you had all the brain cells you were ever going to have, and it was all downhill from there. We now know that's dead wrong. We have this incredible thing called neuroplasticity. Think of your brain like a dense forest. Every memory, every skill, every thought is a pathway through that forest. When you are young, you are constantly blazing new trails, learning to walk, learning algebra, learning to drive. As we get older and settle into comfortable routines, we stop blazing new trails. We take the same highways every day. The unused paths in the forest start to grow over with weeds. This is what we experience as memory slippage. Neuroplasticity is the ability to clear those old paths and, crucially, build entirely new ones, regardless of your age. Every time you challenge your brain in a specific way, you are literally forging new physical connections, synapses, between neurons. You are building cognitive reserve. So, the goal of today isn't just to help you find your keys tomorrow. It's to build a richer, denser forest of connections in your brain, so if one path gets blocked, your brain has 5 alternative routes to get to the information it needs. We're going to do this through 3 pillars: novelty, physicality, and connection. Pillar 1: Novelty and Challenge. Pillar number 1: the mental gym. This is where most people start, but it's also where most people get it wrong. I often hear, oh, my memory is fine. I do the Sudoku in the paper every morning. Sudoku is great, but here is the hard truth. If you are good at Sudoku, Sudoku is no longer helping your brain. Your brain is an efficiency machine. Once it masters a task, it runs on autopilot. To trigger neuroplasticity, the activity must have 2 components. It must be new, and it must be challenging. Here are 3 levels of mental exercise, from simple to advanced. Exercise level 1 is called Neurobics. It's about disrupting your daily autopilot routines. Try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand tonight. Try eating your cereal with your left hand if you're a righty. Why? Because your brain has a massive superhighway dedicated to brushing teeth with your dominant hand. When you switch hands, it's chaos. Your brain has to wake up, pay attention, and recruit vast amounts of neural territory just to keep the toothpaste in your mouth. That struggle is the exercise. Exercise level 2 is the active recall workout. We rely too much on passive information, Google, GPS, contact lists. We need to practice retrieving information. Let's try a mini exercise right now. I'm going to give you a short grocery list of 5 items. Ready? 1. Bananas. 2. Almond milk. 3. Red peppers. 4. Oatmeal. 5. Dish soap. Got it? Okay. Now, I'm going to keep talking for about 10 seconds about something else entirely to distract you. The weather has been interesting lately, hasn't it? Maybe you have plans for the weekend. Just keep listening to my voice. Okay, time's up. Without looking back, can you name those 5 items? Say them out loud right now. How did you do? If you got 3 or 4, that's normal. If you got 5, excellent. The exercise here isn't just knowing the list. It's the feeling of your brain, reaching for the information. That feeling of, it's on the tip of my tongue, is the mental muscle flexing. Do this daily. Memorize your small grocery list before you leave the house, and don't look at the paper until you're at the checkout. Exercise level 3 is the gold standard. Learn a new skill. The absolute best thing you can do for your memory isn't a puzzle, it's learning a complex new skill. Learning a new language, learning to play an instrument, or even learning complex dance steps. These activities require memory, coordination, timing, and auditory processing all at once. It's a full body workout for the brain. If you've always wanted to learn Spanish, now is the time. Not just for travel, but as medicine for your hippocampus, the brain's memory center. Pillar 2, the physical connection. If Pillar 1 was the gym, Pillar 2 is the nutrition and sleep required to build muscle. You cannot have a sharp mind in a neglected body. The brain is an organ, it needs blood flow, oxygen, and nutrients. We need to talk about the big 3 physical inputs. First, movement as medicine. The single most established way to improve memory isn't mental, it's physical aerobic exercise. When you elevate your heart rate, you pump more oxygen to the brain. But more importantly, exercise releases a protein called BDNF. Scientists call this miracle grow for the brain. It literally encourages the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus. We aren't talking about running marathons. We are talking about brisk walking. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, where you are walking fast enough that it would be slightly difficult to hold a conversation. That is the sweet spot for brain blood flow. Second is the dishwasher effect of sleep. How did you sleep last night? Because poor sleep is catastrophic for memory. While you are in deep sleep, your brain has a glymphatic system. Think of it as a nightly dishwasher cycle. It opens up channels and washes away the metabolic plaque, the beta amyloid junk, that builds up during the day. If you don't get deep sleep, the dishwasher doesn't run. That gunk builds up, and your brain becomes foggy. Third is the mind diet. What do you feed a brain to keep it sharp? The best research points to the mind diet. It emphasizes green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale, berries, nuts, whole grains, fish, and olive oil. It minimizes red meat, butter, cheese, and fried foods. Think of highly processed, sugary foods as inflammation drivers. Inflammation is the enemy of cognitive function. Pillar 3, the social superpower. We have covered mental challenges and physical health. The third pillar is the one that often surprises people the most. It's other people. We are facing an epidemic of loneliness among older adults, and it is a public health crisis. Loneliness is not just a sad feeling. It is physically damaging to the brain. Studies have shown that prolonged isolation carries a risk factor for dementia similar to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. When you are isolated, your brain is understimulated. It's in a low power mode. Conversely, socializing is possibly the most complex cognitive task humans undertake. Think about what happens when you have coffee with 2 friends. You have to listen to what they are saying, remember their history to understand the context, read their facial expressions to gauge emotion, and formulate a response in real time, all while ignoring the background noise of the coffee shop. That is massive cognitive load. That is a workout. If you live alone, you have to engineer socialization. Join a walking club to hit the exercise and social pillars at once. Volunteer. Call, don't text, a family member just to chat. Connection isn't just heartwarming, it's brain protecting. Creating your routine and conclusion. We've covered a lot of ground today. Neuroplasticity, brushing your teeth left-handed, grocery list recall, learning a language, walking for BDNF, the mind diet, and the importance of socializing. It feels like a lot. And if you try to do all of it tomorrow, you will fail. The key to brain health is consistency, not intensity. You need a sustainable routine. Here is a simple framework to get started. I call it the Daily 3. Every day, try to hit one thing from each pillar. 1 physical. Did I take my 30-minute walk or eat my leafy greens? 1 mental. Did I challenge my brain with something new or difficult today? 1 social. Did I have a meaningful conversation with another human being? Start small. Pick 1 new habit this week. Maybe it's just the walking. Master that, then add the diet changes. I want to leave you with this thought. Aging is inevitable, but decay is optional. Don't accept the senior moment narrative as your final chapter. You have immense control over the trajectory of your cognitive health. Your brain is waiting for you to challenge it. If you found this helpful, please share this audio with a friend or family member who needs to hear this message. Subscribe for more deep dives into healthy aging. Go out there, challenge your brain, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time.